They're all very good players. RedBeard is someone who at least has not demonstrated as much versatility. I mainly know of him for two heroes, the Commando Knob and the Plague Champion.
Sure.
DarkHero, obviously, he is a very talented player who definitely can play a wide range of heroes, but I do think of the Plague Champion as one of his preferred heroes.
Alrighty. So Desert Showdown. This is I really like this map. I think this is a really neat map. You have these tight, like, vicious fights on the sides for like the power and contested VPs, and then you just have these big brawls in the middle.
I think part of what's just exciting on this map is even just the name, Desert Showdown. And I think that's even part of just why I like the map.
I mean, it's a cool map. It's got the purple sky. It's got the big garrison in the middle. That's effectively a death trap. But sometimes, every once in a while, it's like amazing. You get like a las cannon or a sniper in there, and it's just a terrible nuisance.
Some people are actually in the community are actually very critical of this map because of the positioning of the middle victory point, and that also does have something to do with the garrison. Like, obviously, if that big garrison wasn't there, the victory point would probably just be dead center.
Sure.
So
I like that.
It's certainly, I like it from a spectator point of view, as well as, you know, just the name makes it rather exciting. Dark Riku gonna have a little bit of trouble getting his power established, looks like.
Apparently, right.
I think he will capture the node. He actually started the cap with the apothecary, but then stopped it because he was getting shot at so much.
Yeah, I mean, the Plague Champion deeps early game, even when you're in cover, it's just tough to deal with. He can't.
Yeah, I mean, it's the combination of both the deeps as well as the tankiness of the heavy infantry armor, cover modifiers, getting healed by heretic worship at the same time.
I like Hive Tyrant just coming in and saying, "Hey, did you think you're gonna have any cover on your side of the map?" That's probably like actually a really good like little plan here. Like, if he knocks over those rocks too, like, the Plague Champ won't have green cover to defend the point from. Oh, he walks away from them. I thought that was an intentional play there.
So Riku looked like he was going to start to try the cap, but I guess it does look like I'm going to get confused with the players because they're playing the same hero. RedBeard coming out of there pretty quickly.
I'm okay with going red and blue when I do my team games.
Yeah, but it's not even the teams. It's distinguishing between RedBeard and DarkHero because they're playing the same hero,
right?
The same commander.
At least RedBeard's on Team Red.
It also gets tough when we've got multiple people with the name Red, RedBeard, Red Revenged, Red-Rupee.
You can't just call them Red anymore
because you're usually in a different position, usually not on the other side of the camera.
I try to avoid it when I can. I'm tired of getting low, but
we'll take the garrison.
Yeah, they hop away. They're like, I'm tired of getting punched and stabbed. I'm not into it.
Hive Tyrant. There he is.
Yeah, he was getting low. Hormagun's trying to do something to this Plague Champ, but they're not going to be able to do anything. Not with the grenades coming in. Yeah, they just decide to get out of there. So gens are down. We've got 2 for the red team and then a 3rd up in the center for the blue team. And they almost actually lost one way back on their side of the map. Spores coming out for Noisy, and then, I mean, early game the Plague Champ is just a real pain to deal with because he's got these beefy Chaos Space Marines. He's constantly getting heal over time here. At least with the Apothecary, you can kind of answer the heal a little bit. Does get the decap in the retreat without losing a model? Yep.
Yeah, it does look like Riku's having trouble trying to keep up with control of that victory point. I guess it's slightly over to the side of the red team, so it's more like their natural victory point, but I think it's just also Riku has been struggling with keeping up with that healing from the Plague Champion, the overall tankiness. Spore Mines will come in. These days, Spore Mines don't suppress, they just do damage over time. I believe they do still work just fine as anti-garrison, however.
Yep. He's being a little brazen with them. I guess he's just trying to distract. He's trying to make sure these Chaos Marines can't set up. Oh, man, and Riku actually setting up a Devastator on the victory point over here.
So it does look like he'll take that, at least temporarily.
And going from some Assault Space Marines. So going a little heavier Tier 1 this time. No fast Razorback.
Yeah, that's pretty heavy.
And
very wreck heavy.
And DarkHero actually going for the Noise Marines. I would expect the Noise Marines coming in from RedBeard, seeing that he's on the Gen Bash side of the map. But I guess Noise Marines can run to center, and they're also pretty solid against NIDs, so you can't argue that point.
Assault Marines will jump in on Chaos Space Marines on the left side of the map, whereas we now have that Sanguine Chainsword out of the Apothecary.
Yeah, that gives him so much so much durability on the field.
Yeah, since he also gets the heal off from even the bolt pistol shots as well, I believe.
Yeah. Life drain from range somehow.
Yes. And going to pair it with the Purification Rites, which was his standard build for the last monthly team tournament.
He's bringing back the classic, apparently. Now he's got the Flamers moving in on a full gen farm over here. That center gen farm is getting burned down. It already got burned down for the Tyranid player as well, so this is kind of just an attempt to keep things even at this point, honestly.
Does look like RedBeard is trying to answer this at the moment. Apothecary is pretty low.
Apothecary's
he
low.
has to make the choice.
And he's going to have to retreat through a lot of this.
Okay, he does decide to put the heal on himself. I was wondering, is he going to put it on himself or the Tactical Marines?
Whoa, look at that knockback.
They just want to they just want to bash the generators. Now they will start burning down the heretics.
He's not getting out of there.
Down here.
No. Plague Champion adding his fire to the fight. Apothecary went down. Looks like Assault Marines. Oh, no, they do have a jump, so they're not going to lose any models, maybe? Yeah, they're getting out of there. Okay. Nid's moving in.
The Noise Marines. Noise Marines actually moved all the way across the map.
Oh, there they are.
Yeah.
Wow. So they not only burned the center, but they burned Riku's gen farm as well. And now, with RedBeard heading into Tier 2, Riku and Noisy spent quite a bit of power in Tier 1 this time around. They are nowhere even close. And now sitting at only 16 power income a minute. I mean, if RedBeard decides to bring out a demon dog, I think this might be a short game.
I forgot what that was. That actually does remind me. I remember some of the old days of Chaos Dominance in retail and people complaining about goddamn triple dog build.
Oh man, triple dog
the
build.
Days of it being called a dog.
Oh. What's the basis of it being called a dog? I don't know. It just looks kind of like a dog guy.
Well, I mean, I think part of it is like if people don't like, especially if you're not too familiar with the game and like don't know the exact name, you just look at it and it just kind of looks like a dog.
Yep, it's just a big angry dog thing with a. You barely even notice the little demon guy riding his back. It's like, oh yeah, there's a bloodletter up there. All right. Could I turn Maestro up a bit? We've turned him up like 3 times, man.
I just turned myself up even a little bit more. I think I hit the maximum.
No, you're like, yeah, no further, because you're just gonna start like peaking now. I mean,
hopefully
the mix sounds good to me. If it's not sounding good in the game, then maybe we need to turn desktop audio up a bit and then turn the game down a bit. We can do that. All right. If he's still low, I got nothing for you.
I'm gonna take a quick look at some things, maybe on Discord.
Nah, don't sweat it. I should be able to handle it over here. We can stay in the game. If the mix sounds good to me, then it has to be the OBS mix at this point. But 269 for RedBeard and DarkHero versus 462. They're ahead in tech, but RedBeard went for Plague Marines for his first 202 purchase, which kind of seems like a mistake. I feel like if he would have just brought the fast vehicle out, there would have been nothing that they could do about this. Does RedBeard not realize how many times they've been gen bashed already?
It is pretty surprising, especially given that DarkHero managed to make that sweep with the Noise Marines to get both of the generator farms. Yeah, I mean the Noise Marines, especially, I mean not the Noise Marines, the Plague Marines, because even if they're used as like a preemptive anti-vehicle response, it's just like what they do as far as not dealing with vehicles is just pretty underwhelming.
Mm-hmm. Now Cretella's a bit loud. Well, too bad.
Oh my. Yeah, I mean I'm definitely peaking on my end.
We'll turn yours down a little bit then, because yeah, the peaking is coming through. So if your input's a little too loud. Then kick that
I turned
back.
it down just a little bit.
Yeah, there you go. Apothecary goes down again. What was that about? Instantly bought back. That was a big slip up from Riku. Riku's also floating like mad, and he needs to get into tier 2 now. Meanwhile, RedBeard heading into tier 3, not even afraid. Good old RedBeard doesn't afraid of anything.
Termagant's getting super low in the middle. Oh no, Noisy doesn't see it.
Apparently not.
What happened?
Yeah, what's going on here? Suddenly Noisy and Riku just letting squads die left and right. So both of our Chaos players are heading into tier 3 while Riku just now approaching tier 2. Heal Cloud coming in from the Plague Champion, keeping those Plague Marines alive. Noises almost go down though. Well, another couple swings from the Hormagaunts. Oh my gosh,
Noise
the
Marine.
heals.
They're
The
pretty lucky
worship
to get out of
heals.
there alive.
Saving from
Hormagaunts
that
lost a lot of health themselves.
potential doom from the Spore Mines.
Does the Hive Tyrant go down? He does. Things are looking pretty rough in this game too for Dark Riku and Noisy. Touch of Nurgle Heretics on the bottom of the map as well, but they are right in front of a devastated Marine squad, so I don't think they can get around that.
Yeah, I don't think they can rush headlong into that heavy bolter, no matter how many heals they're getting. I've seen it happen once or twice before, but they were a little too far back. Apothecary again sliding into the base! Okay, this time Riku notices it. They're holding on, but things are looking pretty rough. Noisy's down to just a few infantry squads and the Tyrant Guard.
Apothecary's super low here. Alright, he will get out. Or will he? I don't know. And no, I don't think damage over time bolter will be enough.
Nah, not quite. There's damage over time effects both on the Plague Champion and like the Stern Guard. They do affect how you have to plan your retreats. You have to retreat a good deal earlier against those because I think damage over time effects still do full damage on retreat.
So, some silver linings here. Although we do have DarkHero, he did lose. I mean, they're both DarkHero and RedBeard are in tier 3. DarkHero did lose a squad somewhere, so his army is looking a little bit thin. And we do have a victory point lead for Dark Riku and Noisy, so they kind of have the luxury of time to see if they can fight their ways back into this.
Yeah, the victory points haven't been decisive either way, and that's kind of what we ran into last game, right? Like, we had those triple caps back and forth time and time again, so the game ended up being very short. Now, this time around, I mean, we see a triple cap now, but this is the first time this has happened. It's largely been the 2-to-1 kind of play.
I mean, I would expect at some point that RedBeard and DarkHero, at least once they have both these tanks out on the field, should be able to start pushing Noisy and Dark Riku back and get some of the caps in their favor. But for now, it's a double cap, soon to be a triple again.
Oh, those heretics were lucky to get out of there alive. Yeah, I really think, I mean, it's sometimes very difficult to gauge your opponent's economy in this game. I think RedBeard and DarkHero had such a strong position going into tier 2, and they kind of just weren't able to take advantage of it. Maybe they can do something now with this tier 3 tech advantage, hopefully. But they've got to start holding the map as well as just being ahead in tech. The tech alone isn't going to do it. You got to play. You got to get the tactical high ground here. Dark Riku, I can't afford AV.
Yeah, I think Riku and Noisy kind of know where they stand in tech in comparison to RedBeard and DarkHero now.
Yeah, I mean, with 2 Predators out and no anti-vehicle on the field, they've got time. They've still got 350 victory points, but they need to stall for as long as they can so they can start getting some answers onto the field. Because even without pristine play, Dark Riku and RedBeard just have the better army now.
Alright then, so Dark Riku, seeing what we can do on this side, trying to just attack the infantry from RedBeard. Even going to put the tactical marines on the victory point. I think he does have enough time, at least for the decap. And at the moment, okay, he will be attacked, but if it's only the Plague Champion as well as the Chaos Space Marines, he gets at least the decap, and he's going to look for the foe.
Yeah, he's
he
looking
might pay
for it,
for it
but with
with
the
a few models.
Predator, if the Predator turns and starts firing, yeah, he needs to get out of there.
Yeah, ultimately decides to get out of there. Decides it's not worth the 75 or 150 requisition that he might end up having to pay for getting that victory point.
Oof,
Does
still
lose one
loses,
model.
Yeah. The point-blank Predator shot. Let's see what's going up north. Looks like the High Tyrant's still
Blast
putting
Master
up,
shot.
still putting on a good fight. Uh-oh, is he gonna get
Hive
this?
Tyrant's in trouble now.
Can he get the shot? Retreat!
He gets the revive.
Oh, an
Results in
Apothecary
it
doesn't
immediately.
return the favor. What a jerk. So they just
Riku
traded
does at
heroes.
least have... Oh no! He's gonna die too. So an immediate Laraman's blessing
Yeah,
there.
yeah, he knew it was coming.
It had to be at that point.
So this Tyrant Guard, unfortunately, not going to be as long-lived as its brother from the last game.
Yeah, not quite the hero Tyrant Guard that we had in that last
Bonk.
game.
There he goes. Takes a dubstep cannon blast to the face, and that's all she wrote.
Meanwhile, this Predator still going to be pushing back Noisy in this engagement. Noisy with that ranged Hive Tyrant, the Venom Cannon, to provide a little bit more damage against the Chaos Predator.
Yeah, I mean, that's not insignificant anti-vehicle damage. The Predators do have to respect the Hive Tyrant, especially since it's so hard to stop them from firing and moving forward.
Yeah, I think it's also just important given, the situation they're in, where at the moment they're stuck in Tier 2, with Tier 3 not really being anywhere in sight, so it's just kind of the options that they have. Since it's an upgrade, it's relatively cheap compared to getting an entirely new unit.
I mean, Noise is still managing to do a lot with a little. And, like, somehow, despite this army advantage, throughout this entire match, like, they're still bleeding victory points.
Predator's in a little bit of trouble. Is there follow-up to that Melt-A-Bomb? Okay, it doesn't look like there's enough follow-up.
No, the Adrenal Gland Warriors want to get in on it. It looks like there's tax over here, but they haven't upgraded to a rocket launcher or anything like that. That said, it's still in a lot of trouble.
Here's
the
the Imperial
Nurgle Nuke
Abyss.
comes down right in the middle of the Tyranid army.
I don't know if the Abyss is going to get as much as the Predator kill. Ultimately, not a particularly successful Imperial Abyss. Did get a few models there, but I don't think it got any squads.
That Predator should follow those Warriors and try to finish them off. There we go. He got one squad.
Okay, one squad will be taken down.
So the Adrenal Gland Warrior Broods went down with the help of the Predator there. The decaps coming in, desperately trying to keep those victory points from going under 100.
And about to be a triple cap for RedBeard and DarkHero. It's what they need to start bringing this game back in their favor.
Yeah, the last thing they want to do is give Noisy and Riku time to catch up after all that. One of the Preds went down, but Noisy's army is negligible at this point.
Yeah, I mean, oh man, and with how many resources he has, I'd say he's pretty hard stuck in Tier 2 at the moment.
They have
Only
nothing
plus 30
watching
power income.
these exterior victory points, though. They're going to keep bleeding points because they're not contesting at all on these exterior points. Like, just leave a Bloodletter squad over there or something.
It doesn't look like the scouts will be able to finish the cap,
I
however.
think they will. The Chaos Space Marines are backing off.
Let's see if the grenade launcher heretics answer it. Nope, for now they're going to be worshipping. So yeah, they won't be answering that at the moment.
Concerned about that
Chaos Terminators
Apothecary.
coming out on the field, however.
Ooh. That's going to be a tough...
They can burn down the scouts
problem to
really
answer.
fast. Scouts don't even finish.
Oof.
Big plasma Devashot actually hits both Chaos and Space Marines.
Space Marines get an instant heal, though. And the Devastator doing good
Alright.
damage on those Terminators. Tries to
Another
drop
shot
a
goes
grenade
in.
barrage, doesn't hit anything. Can those tacks get up to capture that point? Apothecary very low. Very low.
I think they should. They're kind of sleeping on the job. Oh no, the Apothecary. Oh, and they can't now.
I feel like
Not
Riku's-
with the Lightning Claw Terminators.
Oh no. Oh, that Plasma Dev's toast. Will that lead model escape? Terminators are too slow. Thank goodness for Riku.
Doesn't look like either teleport's on cooldown or not choosing to commit it. I think it's possible that if he had teleport, he could have wiped the squad.
Yeah, it's a little dicey with those Terminators being as low as they already are.
Yeah, there's that. We don't have a sorcerer to teleport them out of there. Neural Heretic Worship would not be anywhere near in range. Yeah, not worth it to trade out the Terminators for the Plague, for the P-Devs, if it came down to that. Another Tyrant Guard, though, tanking things, and we are going to see a Zoanthrope, actually, out of Noisy. It's been a while since I've seen one of these.
He's actually been building them most games. Oh my gosh, there's just... Chaos tends to hit this point where there's just so much DPS it becomes hard to approach their army. And I think that's kind
one
of
of the things, I don't know if you've encountered this much in your games, that the Nurgle Predator is now very much a thing. It is actually very strong for the damage it does, how tanky and survivable it is. And of course, going to be providing a lot of damage over time and area of effect damage on things like those Hormigons.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've fought against one, but I know they're notoriously hard to take down. With infantry anyways, and considering the tech advantage and that the fact that he's fighting against Tyrannid, like, that's largely what you're going to be fighting against. You don't really have to worry about the Carnifexes and such as much. Oh man, that Plasma Dev's doing such work. Gotta be careful with the friendly fire. He's backing up because he's firing right into that corner.
Big shot going in on those Plague Marines. Another shot goes in, hits the Plague Marines again.
He's gotta get away from those Terminators though.
Plasma attack's taking too much damage though.
Oh, I thought that was going right into the Terminators. It went past them.
Oh no, I think the Assault Marines lost their Sergeant.
Yeah, I think that was a 21 instead of a 17.
Big engagements going down on both sides of the map. Just kidding, the one on the right side of the map is actually pretty much done for the moment. Just gonna be a Zoanthrope that's slowly burning down a level 4 Chaos Space Marine squad.
He wants to get one of these models down so badly.
Terminators only had about a third of their hit points.
Yeah, they're under half now, and they were both the Apothecary and Librarian were hitting one model, so...
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, that Apothecary, even though that Sanguine Chainsword maybe gives him a lot of sustain, it really does not give him a lot of damage, especially not against something like Terminators.
Yeah, at that point, you almost want the power axe.
So, RedBeard and DarkHero now finally able to use their Tier 3 advantage. It does seem to be working out for them. They've had the double cap for a while now, and they've maintained it. However, Tactical Marines from Dark Riku will look to change that. And at the moment, they're not interrupted. They'll get the decap at the very least.
So it's kind of evening out here. The victory points are perilously low for the Reds, but they seem to have kind of the advantage on the map right now. Riku and Noisy are kind of playing catch-up despite having more VPs. Double zone now for Noisy.
I think it goes all the way back to that generator bash from the Noise Marines, the way they just wrapped around and destroyed both generators, left Noisy and Dark Riku with like a plus 15 power income. And economically, I don't think they've really ever recovered from that. And they've kind of just accepted that they're kind of stuck in Tier 2 and just trying to fight it out with Tier 2 units. But it's not working out in their favor.
No, Dark Riku's going for a Dreadnought now to kind of have some sort of answer to these Lightning Claw Terminators. But with two Predators out here, that's a tough call to make. It looks like the red team's kind of doing what I feel like you eventually have to do when you get into these tight victory point situations, is lock down one side of the map. It's like, all right, there's two VPs over here, so let's lock this down, let's make this our stand, and let's bleed these guys out.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, RedBeard and DarkHero are really just entrenching themselves on this victory point. I mean, it definitely is a strength of the Plague Champion because of things like the Heretic Worship. We got a turret that's building as well. So it's going to be really difficult to break this. Tactical Marines on the left side look for a decap on the left side victory point, but they will find themselves eating some Lightning Claws for breakfast from those Terminators. Not going to be what they want to eat. I don't know
lightning
why that
claws
was a
are
food metaphor.
sharper than the corners of Captain Crunch cereal. All right, so I mean, this is tough to break. Neither of the blue players can go tier 3, so you don't have like a nuke to really disrupt the enemy position to really break into this. So you kind of have to go into it just head on.
It's nice though that you point that thing out about not having the nukes. With Riku having so much red, I think we might just need to see him start trying to use like Angels of Death. It's just the only thing I can see like how he could maybe make use of that red to start making things go in their favor. There he actually uses it for Laramans to keep the Hive Tyrants on the field though.
Yeah, I feel like the Hive Tyrant's such a big part of Noisy's army. He's got both the Venom Cannon and the Bonded Exoskeleton on over here.
Yeah, I mean, that's even a way how they can possibly stall out the victory points by making the Hive Tyrant go invulnerable, and then he just captures the point with that invulnerability.
Yeah, I mean, he just tried that, and they still had the DPS to finish him off before he retreated, so that's going to be a questionable tactic, at least for the center point. Maybe the side point would be a little bit easier to take. But,
meanwhile, that side point will be defended by the Lightning Claw Terminators, just going to rip apart those Tactical Marines.
I don't think there's anything
they make it out of here alive. Two fall down at the same time.
Hey, what's going on in chat? Keep it under control, guys. Thanks for keeping an eye on things, Cami.
All right, I'm looking at that myself, keeping a little bit of my own eye on it, but you know, at this time, it does feel like this is just kind of the slow burn or slow victory for RedBeard and DarkHero. Still got some victory points for DarkHero and Dark Riku. But
yeah,
he's just complaining that it's just getting melted.
Yeah, I think they, like you said, they just fell too far behind. I mean, you figure like you mentioned those Noise Marines. You think 2 full gen farms is what, 420, 850 rec for almost for free. Like that's a lot to come back from, even when you've got the smaller army and the lower income. Man, even just dropping another chaos nuke. Oh my gosh! Oh, it wasn't even that good initially, but then it pulled in the zone thrope. It pulled in the Ravagers. They pulled in the second zone thrope.
The other zone thrope goes into it.
Oh my gosh! If that's not demoralizing, I don't know what is.
And you know, if we think about Riku complaining about the DPS, we've got double level 4 Tzeentch Chaos Space Marines from RedBeard, both with fully upgraded. So that is just going to melt things real fast.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything they can do.
DarkHero has double Predators, one with Khorne, one with Mark of Nurgle. So it's hard for them to just even approach the victory point without losing tons of health. All right, so I think we're getting just about past the point of no return, where they're not close enough to the victory points. They're not close enough to the victory points. Yeah, it's a triple cap that will be game 2 going in favor, I don't know why favor twice, RedBeard and DarkHero.
Yeah, so 1-1 going into game number 3 in our finals match here on our 2v2 tournament. And I mean, Riku and Noisy put up a fight, but they just fell behind. And honestly, like once those 2 tanks hit and they took a couple good engagements, there was no coming back. That last Chaos Nuke sealed the deal beyond the shadow of a doubt.
I think there was actually a time when Riku and Noisy were actually in the lead in that game, because at least early on, I think they probably had a victory point lead, and I was definitely worried, like are we just going to see this go up 2-0 in favor of Riku and Noisy, and then it's like 1 away from just 3-0ing. But I think it was I think the big turning point was that Generator Bash coming out of the Noise Marine.